they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Past the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run again with the fullback Burton. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Mahomes going to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 14.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 14 yards out.
And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Hand off to the fullback, Burton. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
And that's tough duty for a strong safety because truly he's a hybrid-type player. A pass defender, which makes him more of a defensive back, but really his tackling ability is like a linebacker. So they don't mind coming up and taking those guys on, but that's a tough task there, taking on the big fella.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, it's done. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Done. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Running for it. Here's Lynch. A solid stiff arm. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jacoby Myers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Gay is on for the point after. And it is now 21-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Carolina offense about ready to go.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
Able to find Waller. That's complete. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. First half in the books. You're watching an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. But the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a man open down the middle of the field. He's got room past the 30 and way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
A gain of 32 that time.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to take another shot here. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jacoby Myers with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On first down, Mahomes. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Gets this one to Hill. And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. He's got his man. It's White. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
How about this defense? For a 3rd straight play, he's going nowhere.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And the Steelers set to take the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out of this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience. Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's done, and he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Come on. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first. Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they're going to try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that. They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's caught. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Second and goal from the 1. Mahomes to throw once more. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it. But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that. Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Panthers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So it's a win here for the Steelers, and it was due in large part, Charles, to the play of their quarterback.